Hey everybody, thank you for hanging out with us tonight while we took our quick little break. Um, our heroes have gone down into these abandoned flood tunnels and they have found a terrifying, horrible cabal of snake monsters who attacked them in the dark. And eventually they triumphed over them, which was awesome. Now they have opened up a secret tunnel, revealing
Secret tunnel.
revealing the form of Medea bound in chains and trapped behind this wall. She's a rail thin woman of dark classical features and thick black hair, lying in a frustrated heap on the stone floor.
See if roll 20 keeps betraying us this half.
Well, Medea, it's quite the pickle you've gotten yourself into there.
Yes, it is. Are you going to untie me?
No.
I'm assuming you were after the mask.
Of course I was after the mask. Everybody in the world is after that mask. And I had a head start because I got to see it leave when you all showed up and destroyed the dungeon dimension.
Destroyed is a strong word. It's still there.
You can get a good look at it when you go back.
I don't. Why do you think I would be going back there, Bowman?
Well, you're certainly not staying out here.
Well, that's too bad.
Squint applied.
And this is where she attempts to use her knowledge to convince us to let her go.
Sucks to suck. We don't negotiate with terrorists.
Terrorist is such a strong word, Centuria.
That's why she used it.
Here I was thinking that Centuria and Resonant would be the reasonable ones among you.
You apparently haven't met me.
That's because you're a sexist pig. Pardon my ancient Greek pun.
That's my aunt you're talking about. I don't do the pig thing. I have information that can help you in your quest, and I need you to untie me.
I don't know. Depends on what the information is.
Yeah.
We're fairly certain that Malador is already out, which means he's putting a hurt on the Lemurians for daring to attempt to take him down.
So what could you possibly tell us that would be worth your release?
Well, I know where Madame Marie has been taken. And I know that all of you have a very soft spot for Southside, as evidenced by your ramblings on the news.
What does this have to do with Southside?
Madame Marie, she's a staple of that community. If anything were to happen to her, I can't imagine how many disenfranchised youth would start running around causing all kinds of trouble and mischief.
I'll step forward and manifest my scythe.
She looks up at you, she looks down at the chains expectantly.
Given your history, if you cross us, I will drag you down and you will have to deal with Hades. Do I have an understanding?
I swear by Hecate, by Aunt Circe, and by the 1,000 witches of Colchis to lay no spell against your flesh or soul without your consent before the next moon's rise.
Stink! And I smash the chains.
Our fingers were crossed.
Did I sense the magic in that promise?
Yes.
Okay. And with that, I as soon as she says it, I swipe the scythe and I cut through the chains.
Oh, that's leagues more comfortable. Thank you. Nice to know the ghost in the trench coat is the reasonable one out of all of you.
Where is she?
Where is she?
Where is she?
Yeah. Come on, man.
I wasn't at
Glorious.
11 yet. Still like a high 4.
And she says, "Well, it's a bit of a classic tale, a bit of a tragedy, a poem, perhaps. Textbook example of hubris.
Which you're all too familiar with, so get to the point.
Well, there was a bit of serpent person ego run amok. These snakes," and she sort of gestures to all the snakes that are still slithering around, "they thought they could destroy Malador after releasing him from his mask. They were incorrect. The old mage usurped the cult and left. But not before they put the mask on Madame Marie, allowing her body to be the vessel for Malador.
There goes the neighborhood.
Literally.
Well, you're in luck. Malador loves a good monologue. He seems to think he senses a powerful mage connected to the world's mystic energy. He thinks it's Adrian Eldridge. He's got it in his head to bind that spirit as a servant. No doubt there's some larger take over the world scheme or some such, but I stopped listening."
Gonna look over at Bowman.
Couldn't be.
No. After what she just pulled?
Oh boy.
Looking for a resident, like, and it ain't not you.
Not this dimension. Remember?
Do you all know something I don't know?
You know lots of things you don't know.
I don't think any of it's any of your business, though.
Did Malador say where he was going?
He didn't. But I have some contacts I can reach out to see if there's any sign of Old Chrome Dome.
All right, can we take this above ground first, though?
Oh, I would love that. I've had enough of snake tunnels for a while.
All right. Let's move.
Yep.
And just definitely keep an eye on her as we're going. Bowman might actually just like walk like behind her so we can have people on all sides.
Mortis has totally got his back to her. Like he's not gonna backstab us. Like, he's just very like she's literally gayest, so he's just like very relaxed around her, which is weird. For Mortis.
Yeah, I mean, Resident knows the magic that she's bound herself with, so she's not too worried.
Bowman doesn't know that, though.
Yep.
She does keep
Bowman
messing
was
with you. She keeps
betrayed
trying
like
to
2
drop-
hours ago.
She does keep trying to drop back to walk beside you.
That was 2 weeks ago, remember, Bowman?
In this reality.
Not for me.
It sure didn't feel like 2 weeks.
I haven't even had a nap yet.
Exactly.
It's true. Ugh.
Legit.
No, the wound is too fresh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Archer, you can trust me.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Well, I mean, you absolutely should not trust me. I am out for my own ends. But we share an enemy, and I am under a powerful spell. You can't always trust me to be petty and vengeful.
I've had a bit of bad luck with spells as of late.
Women.
Thank you, Centuria. That too.
Did a sorceress break your heart?
She taught me an important lesson.
Well, that sounds very broody.
Like everything else is.
You sure you didn't deserve it?
He'll just like that will probably actually maybe chip away at his armor a bit. It's a bit of a surprising question for him.
Centurial turn. No, he didn't deserve it.
You should know more than anybody that men always deserve it.
Take that.
Not always.
Wow. Don't get her started, Medea.
I resent that remark.
Oh, you're fine, dear. You found another one of your kind to torment. That's the nicest thing you could do for women. But your little action figure is him, right?
I got an action figure.
Once again, I don't see how that's any.
Yeah, this is a weird conversation. I'm not liking this chick at all.
Well, nobody else is chatting. We're all just walking in the sewers, all quiet like.
That's just how I like it.
Who did you beat down here to get the mask, Medea? Who else was looking for it?
Oh, well, I didn't beat anyone down here, though. I followed the serpents to Southside Botanica, where they discovered the mask, and then I followed them down here, and the snakes jumped me. They had a priest with them, a Starmus, I think was his name. It's hard to tell with all the
And they were able to overpower you.
There were a lot of them.
Hmm.
From the sound out through that hard door, it sounded like they were giving you all some trouble, too.
You can thank Malador for that.
And as you all come out of the tunnels, you do see the Cynthias have begun reinforcing things. And they turn to face you and Medea. And they're like, is there anything we can be of assistance with?
No. Just keep doing what you're doing.
As you wish, Resident. And they'll go back, they'll tip their hard hat and go back to shoring up walls. And you all are free to return to the swamp and head home. Night has fallen on Freedom City at this point.
Where's Medea off to?
She'll look to all of you and she'll say, is there any place we can crash together while we plan our next move?
Why do you think you're coming with us?
You're going to need my help
In what way?
in defeating Malador. Unless any of you are experts in ancient Atlantean magic.
I'll sort of drift over to Fletch and be like, kind of under my breath. Would Freedom Hall have ways to keep an eye on her if we were there? Or is she sort of off the radar?
I mean, the building does have good security.
Maybe having her where we know where she is might be better than her running loose. What do you think?
Daedalus could help set something up. We should probably call ahead and check, though.
Yeah. I'll sort of wander off and try to calm Daedalus.
Oh, Speedy, will you bring the ship back? I would hate to walk through the swamp.
I'm sorry, bring the what?
The flying thing that you all fly around in.
The ship. Yes, why don't I go see if I can rustle that up right now? I'll be back shortly. I will zip off to Freedom Hall and see if Daedalus is there, or at least reachable.
You call out, and Daedalus answers, but he is on a ship bound for Starhaven.
Hey, this might seem like an odd question, but how equipped is Freedom Hall to keep an eye on Medea?
Why?
Well, we kind of rescued her, and we kind of need her help with the Malador thing that we got going on.
Malador thing.
Yeah, it's a long story. he's loose and it's not going well. So we kind of are thinking maybe she can be of use. But we didn't want to bring her to the hall unless you were like okay with that.
Take her to your house.
No, I don't think that's a good idea at all.
Can I hold Medea in place? If I had something that could lock Medea in place, don't you think I'd have her there right now?
Well, I don't know. Like maybe Warden got dibs. I mean, I don't know. Like I'm not up on my
You all
super
gave her
villain
to
parole
Warden,
card.
not me.
We did not give her to Warden. She escaped from Warden. And we just, So you got nothing for us? You don't like that idea?
I would prefer she did not come to my hall while I was away in space. 1,000,000 miles away.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, so you're just beyond there. Just beyond the moon.
Stop sciencing, Resonant.
I cast science.
Super
This is a
effective.
J.J. Abrams universe where a beam that's traveling across the galaxy is also visible slowly crawling across the sky of a planet where we happen to be standing upon.
Then there's a lens flare.
Only to strike 5 planets that are side by side, yet not destroying each other. Anyway, sorry, end rant.
I'm not going to tell you not to work with Medea because she would know about how to deal with.
But we don't want her in the hall. Do we have
No.
like do we have a safe house? Like I really feel like just telling her to come back later is probably not a good idea either. Like a safe house or someplace where we like stash people who are witness protecting or something like that.
The only place we have would be the Nexus, and I don't want her in the Nexus.
Well, no, yeah, I don't want her in the Nexus either. I think that's a bad idea.
That's
what
a
I'm
worse
asking.
idea.
I can take care of Medea.
Spooky, I get a little scared when you say it like that, but okay. So will we need the ship to go there?
She
Okay.
She generally doesn't like men because she thinks that they're out to abuse women. Being the gay guy, she doesn't see me as a threat. Therefore,
Well, then she's definitely not going to my house or talking to Tracy. No, we can't have that.
Let me talk
We
to
can't.
Centuria
And-
about it.
and it's not like she can kill Nick. I mean, he's literally a ghost.
Okay. Good plan, Mortis. Good plan. All right, I'll zip back. Sorry, ship's indisposed. But we have a plan, Medea. It's a good one.
Well, I'm waiting.
You'll be hanging out with me for a while.
I find that to be agreeable.
I thought you would.
Great, we were so worried about your approval.
It's
You know, if you just ditched that guy, you'd be a lot less grumpy all the time.
I don't have a guy.
Oh, Davey's so sad.
awkward. All right, well let's move on to our resting places so we can rest and not ratchet up the tension any further.
I'm so
Agreed.
nervous about Overdrive.
Who said I'm nervous? I just think this is like Malador's on the loose. We should be nervous. But everybody, we gotta recoup. Right? That's the plan.
I would like to go home.
We've been at it for a while.
Yeah. So we'll reconvene tomorrow.
I will put up my hand, and if you're ready, Medea,
Yes, thank you very much, Mortis.
and we will walk into the crossroads.
Will you call ahead? I would like Greek tonight.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could go out.
Out sounds wonderful. Oh boy, we're about to go off
Medea
on a
and Mortis
tangent.
are about to become like BFFs.
Well, then maybe the two of them and you and Arctic Fox can double date.
Yeah.
Yell thinks Sophie will make it a triple. Is the ship actually indisposed?
No, Daedalus got a little cranky when I floated the idea of bringing Medea to the hall when he's out in space. Yeah, so
No, it's just Bowman looks down at the mud. I was just asking.
Centurion will give you a knowing smirk.
I will speedwake you over there, so you don't have to walk in the squishy shoes at least.
You still have the cape on.
Doesn't want to fly.
Yeah, he looks up at the open sky above him.
The cape's just
And-
gonna pick you up.
I'm kind of just imagining him stand like in a pose as if he's like standing with his arms crossed, but he's actually hovering slowly across the swamp.
Mortis floats like Omni-Man.
Oh no.
That's bad.
Awesome. So everybody goes home except for Mortis, Medea, and Nick, who meet up at a gay bar. And they have a wonderful, wonderful time throughout the evening.
Uns.
Is there anything you try to get out of Medea while you're out and about, Mortis?
Yeah, I mean, I will try to pry her for details on the current state of the mystical underworld. And I will take her to Alexi's, which is a little hole in the wall Greek place over near Lantern Hill. And yeah.
Awesome. She will dress down into this still white dress, but not so much a Greek toga. Lots of bracelets and necklaces and things like that still. But she looks more like 50s movie star than out-of-time Greek goddess. And she'll have a great time with you, Mortis. She will say, well, you know, the underworld has been in a tizzy since this Una business has been picking up with all of you running around up here. I barely recognized any of the people I used to know when I got back from the dungeon dimension a couple weeks ago. Everybody seems to be peddling in this nether magic and trying to score favors with Una, especially now that Toy Boy's out of commission. He was kind of her number one guy here on Earth, and there are a bunch of people throwing themselves at her, trying to be the child who kicks down the door for her. I haven't heard much beyond that, though.
Well, I know that other energies have been looking into other realms and other dimensions as well. And yeah, there's a whole thing with Terminus.
I heard you made a big splash in Hades, too.
Yeah, he's not a fan of mine. Can't say I'm a fan of his either. So
Well, he's going to have to become a fan of yours if you're the master mage of the underworld. He's just a big kitten, really. Once you get to know him. And I'm sure you know how easy it is to pull a fast one on him. At least 6 months out of the year. When Persephone's down there, he's a little sharper.
no, she seems to have a soft spot for me, so that helps.
Yeah, something about people who love music. She always falls for that. I will say that Una has put out requests through some of the mystic realm, looking for people who can destroy the Mask of Malador. I don't think the Serpent Society took her up on it, but I think there are a number of other individuals out there trying to do just that.
Why do you think she wants to destroy it?
She hasn't exactly stated, but I believe, making an educated guess, that destroying it will free the last little bit of Master Mage energy here on Earth Prime, leaving it open to transfer to a new Master Mage. Either herself, or the part of Seven that's still alive in the Netherworld, or maybe somebody else. I did hear about a sorceress who was making some waves.
Sure, you did.
She claims that she killed Adrian. If you believe the stories.
Oh, if you read the news, Adrian died years ago.
Oh, you and I both know that the news isn't true. There's a story dish, you know?
Well, if Adrian was dead, I'm pretty sure I would know.
That's too bad. If he is hiding somewhere, it's probably a good time for him to come back. Or for another Master Mage or two to step up and start doing the job. Because I would hate to see Una take over everything and turn into this big, drab, dark place.
Una's got a lot to pay for, and that's only the beginning. So yeah, we're not going to let that.
And you and your friends are going to cash her check?
I am.
Think it'll stick this time? She kind of like leans over her wine goblet and looks very seriously at you.
I will do everything in my power to make sure it does.
Well, I get the impression that some of your friends are not interested in a final solution for any of their enemies.
I'm generally not either, but it's a line I've crossed before.
And she'll kind of look at you, she'll smirk for a minute, and she'll say, well, that makes me feel a lot better about leaving the fate of the universe in the hands of a couple of superheroes. And you all will party the night away. Do you take her back to your place?
It's not like it'd be that hard for her to find out where I lived anyway, so why not?
Awesome. She'll sleep on your couch. But she will turn it into a bed before she sleeps on it. And the following morning arrives. There's one very important thing on the agenda the following morning, and that is an interview with Dave from New Horizon Media, Fletcher Beaumont, and Sophie, who I know has a last name.
Oh,
Do I?
Does she?
it's
Does she?
Coral.
Coral?
Yes.
Awesome.
I was wondering why it never came up. I just assumed it didn't matter.
Now it
It's like
does
with-
for interview purposes.
She's like Madonna. It's just, Sophie.
Sophie. Sophie on Broadway.
It's 2 R's, 1 L.
I'm gonna give everybody a hero point. Just for being good role players. Making my Mondays good.
Yay. Yay.
So,
I assume we'll need it.
Fletch, what do you do in the morning of the interview?
Well, I assume he has spent the night resting in the Quiver, aka the Arrow Cave, which is probably resoundingly quiet right now. But he wakes up, he puts himself together. He'll do some salmon ladder exercises, which will be maybe be enough to get him feeling a bit normal again. And then he will head off. He'll take a quote-unquote normal car, which is still going to be some expensive super sports car. But he hasn't been contacted or made contact with Sophie, so he's going to assume that she can make her own way to wherever this interview is taking place.
As a matter of fact, she can.
Then he will look for her when he arrives. Is it
Awesome.
at I guess where is it taking place?
It's taking place at New Horizon Media, so it's going to be at the office downtown. Which office is a bit of a misnomer. It's kind of a It's kind of an old-fashioned newspaper building. There's 3 or 4 stories tall. It does have a bit of green space around it. It's sort of nestled in between a couple of skyscrapers downtown, just across from Liberty Park. And you do see Sophie waiting outside. She has a motorcycle parked at a parking spot. She's wearing this black leather jacket, jeans. She's got a very casual sort of look going on. And
Yeah.
she'll look over at you and she'll smile, Fletch.
Brief scowl that will. I'm sure there's other people around, so he will turn it into a flash of a grin.
Fletch, nice to see you made it back in time for our interview.
Yeah, I was sort of tied up for a bit, had a couple of things to take care of, but now I'm here. And so are you, it seems.
Yeah, did you watch anything fun while you were away on your vacation? Anything good on TV?
I think we both know there's never anything good on TV.
Well, let's not keep your reporter friend waiting.
No, of course. If there is I don't know if there's an elevator or something that they have to go up or whatever, but he's going to try to find a moment where he can pull her aside. That is not under the watch of any in a building full of reporters. Somewhere he can have a very brief private conversation.
Yeah, you both get in the elevator. She does point out that there's a camera in the elevator.
Well, in that case, keep smiling. We need to talk.
I'm sure you think that.
You should probably know the entire Freedom League Dark wanted to visit several kinds of hell upon you. And the only reason they haven't yet is because of me. Because you're still useful to the project. So I need you to keep being useful.
I was going to say the same thing to you.
He'll just he will glance her way. His eyes betray his true emotions, but his mouth is still just casual, hey, I'm having a bit of fun here.
She says, I understand you and your friends lost something in the dungeon dimension that's made its way here and attracted a lot of attention.
That's not remotely any of your concern.
As the Master Mage of Earth Prime, it is my concern.
You are never going to be the Master Mage of Earth Prime. Let's make that very clear.
That's what Adrian said. Look what happened to him. Keep the thinking to your magical friends. Just keep looking handsome, and she'll look at you and pat you on the cheek.
He'll go to grab her wrists, and then
the door opens.
Slowly lower it.
Blocked.
And a PA will take you and Sophie into the sort of live interview office in New Horizon Studios. Dave, what did you do this morning getting ready?
I sort of wandered around the office, sort of been a daze. Cody is yammering away about this, that, and the other thing. He's, yes, stirring the coffee. Yeah, when the publicist sort of pops in, I'll sort of, yeah, we got the interview today. It's all squared away. Got the questions, and it's gonna go great, boss.
Good. Miss Coral requested you personally, so don't screw this up.
Won't let you down.
And no more surprise vacations.
Yeah, I'm real sorry about that. I can't even get into it right now. Yeah, no more.
Well, I'll leave you to it. You'll be live on TV, so make sure you make them look good. You know how these rich people are. Especially Fletch coming here on a different news media outlet. His dad's gonna flip.
Don't worry. We'll get those ratings. It'll be great.
And your editor will sort of pat you on the shoulder and let you go set up the room.
Okay. We'll go in and like double check, make sure like the lighting seems to be set up right. Got my interview tablet there. The microphones are set. I'll make sure I have the sound people like check the mics and make sure the equipment is ready and functioning.
Awesome.
And I'll just wait to greet them at the door when they arrive.
Yeah.
Is this a live interview?
This is a live interview.
Okay.
So they bring in the PA sort of comes in and says, every time I ask this, I forget what's Dave's last name.
Collins.
Dave Collins. Mr. Collins, I've got Miss Coral and Mr. Beaumont here to see you.
Oh, show them in, please.
And they'll take you in. The interview space that's set up is in the editor-in-chief's office. They have a couch set up on the far end, a couple of chairs on opposite ends, and a couple of cameras on small tracks, sort of whenever Oprah interviews somebody.
Wow. Well, Mr. Beaumont, Miss Coral, welcome. Can I get you any refreshments before we sort of start setting up?
A coffee would be great.
Yeah, I'll just take some water.
Cody, coffee and a water. What? Oh, I was good. Shut up and go.
I'm setting up the camera equipment, man.
We're past that. Fetch.
I'll go fetch.
So we're here today to talk about Project Custodian, and just we'll start with a little brief intro segment. You can tell the audience about yourselves, and then we'll kind of focus our discussion on Project Custodian, if that's all right.
Yeah, Sophie will sort of lean on Fletch and massage his muscle real quick. She'll be like, "Oh yes, Fletch and I are definitely interested in talking about the partnership that we fostered for this project."
That's absolutely right. This project is important to both of us.
Okay, that's good.
Fletch, where are you going to sit down?
Do I know if Sophie knows? Like, as far as I know, Sophie doesn't know who any of the rest of us are, right?
She didn't give any indication as to such.
Okay. Well, I'll just kind of nervously keep an eye on those two glaring daggers at each other, and nervously glance at my notes. I'm like, oh god, this is live.
Fletch, where are you going to sit?
I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know if it would be awkward if like the two people for the interview weren't actually sitting next to each other.
Yeah, I mean, no, hopefully this won't be an issue, but I was hoping that both of you could be seated on the couch, and I'll sort of be behind the desk here.
No, of course, I understand. Yeah, you want to get our good side.
Yes, that's kind of how we set up the shoot in here. So,
And she'll sit down next to you, and she'll put a hand on your lap, Bowman.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that's very
Spicy.
forward. Yeah.
Spicy.
Do you mean thigh, Alex?
Yes, thigh. Not his. He didn't put his hand in his crotch.
I was like, hold on a second.
Whoa!
I didn't know this was the Howard Stern show. What is going on over there?
What
Sophie,
kind
you,
of newspaper you running here, Dave?
You comfortable there?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good. I want this to go, smoothly.
Oh, me too. Especially after a couple of dates. Or sorry, was it only one date?
It's so hard to keep track of what's what.
I'll nervously be watching the clock. Like, is this? Please God, let this interview start soon. Or they get really out of control. And for a speedster, every second is an eternity.
Oh, poor Dave.
Why did I decide to be a reporter? Why has it never come up in 31 episodes? So yeah, Cody will come back with the refreshments. He will put a box of donuts on the desk in front of Dave.
Thanks, Cody.
He'll go finish miking everything up. Oh yeah, no man, no problem.
He means well. It's good. That's all.
And after a few moments, the interview begins.
What's
Is anybody at home watching?
Yes.
Mortises.
Centuria's got her Cheerios.
Absolutely.
Mortis and
Dave is sitting
Medea,
next to me too, Davey. Watching him.
Mortis and Medea are sitting there with shots. We're gonna do a drinking game based on how uncomfortable Dave looks.
Actually, I think Resonant isn't at home watching it. I think she's in the coffee shop across from New Horizons Media.
Awesome. They do have it turned on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right, viewers, welcome back to Pulse of Freedom here at New Horizon Media. I've got two very special guests with us today. We have Fletcher Beaumont.
Hey there, Davey.
Thanks for being here. And his assistant, Sophie Coral.
Business partner, not assistant.
I apologize. Business partner, equal, and all those things. Yes. They're here to tell us first a little bit about themselves, and then we're going to focus on Project Custodian and what they're doing to help Freedom City. Mr. Beaumont, would you care to go first, or would you care to cede Miss Coral to begin the introductions?
Oh, I can take a shot. I can go ahead.
Don't
I mean,
miss.
really. Thanks, Sophie. I mean, kind of hard to say. I mean, I think a lot of the people in the city already know me, although, to be fair, I am on a different news organization than the one my father currently runs. So maybe I do have to name drop a bit. But
What's that thing you just do with your voice?
but if I were to introduce myself, first and foremost, I would introduce myself as a citizen of Freedom City, someone who just wants to see, just wants to do the best he can for the people who live here. Of course, what I've been working on, of course, is this project, which I would, love to get to talking about.
Thanks, Mr. Beaumont. Ms. Coral?
Well, unlike my associate here, Mr. Beaumont, I am a Southside born and raised. I grew up here on the streets, and I've had to work in this city, knowing that I had to fight and scrap for everything that I was given, and I don't want that future for anyone else in this city. This is a neighborhood where capes fly over the streets, and the people down here just suffer. And I would like to prevent that, along with my work here with Mr. Beaumont.
Well, can you both partner up and maybe help us understand exactly how Project Custodian is going to benefit Southside?
Yeah, Beaumont.
Sure. Well, Project Custodian's operation to try and improve life in the Southside neighborhood. In fact, very recently, we've broken ground on some construction projects, including local shelters and housing, just to, give people a more secure place to live. You reduce those sorts of concerns for people. You make life a bit easier, and then they have more room to just flourish and excel.
Yeah, like Fletch said, I mean, when people aren't busy worrying about where their next meal is going to come from or how they're going to pay their bills, they're a lot more likely to contribute to Freedom City and make us all stronger. Southside has missed out on a lot of the promises that were made by the Freedom League and by the mayor and by everybody else who's founded the city.
All right. So part of this is to make Southside feel safer and more part of the community.
Yeah, it's to share the American dream with everyone.
Okay. Well,
not just the people who look like you, which will sort of look at Dave.
Well, that brings me to a rather significant point of contention. An Emmett Snyder, who was an integral part of your Project Custodian, was revealed to be part of the Nightfire cult. And what is your foundation doing to address that matter with concern to Project Custodian?
Well, of course, as you know, Mr. Snyder was unfortunately mixed up in these sort of hateful groups and hateful actions. So we've taken steps to remove his influence from the project. We want to keep this something that, everybody can have access to and everybody can feel comfortable trusting in. So we've been taking steps, making sure to run certain checks on all the people that we work with. We obviously don't want an incident like this happening again.
Yes, for the record, Mr. Snyder was never part of our organization. He worked for DaCosta Construction, who was one of our business partners. We had nothing to do with the hiring of this man or the vetting of him before he allowed his hateful ideas to affect our foundation.
Thing. Can you speak to the recent break-in at Southside Botanica and that's implications on the project?
Yeah, Bowen. Oops, sorry, Fletch. She doesn't say Bowen.
It's pronounced
On live
Beaumont.
TV.
Sophie.
That's going on the blooper reel. That's going on the blooper reel.
Yeah, Beaumont.
Well, there are, incidents of crime everywhere in the city, and unfortunately, there are some things that are still happening to this day. But I would like to think that our project can help sort of alleviate those incidents, at least in any that involve the regular citizens of the city.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a shame that such an iconic figure in Southside was attacked, and it took days for anybody to investigate to see what happened. It's not like Johnny Rocket was busy. Where's he been in the last few weeks? Or Lady Liberty, or even the Freedom League Dark wasn't anywhere to be found.
I'm sure they were occupied if you were to ask them, but this is exactly what we're talking about. We want to reduce the chance that this will happen at all.
Right.
And who knows? Maybe they were busy dealing with a traitor that occupied their time. I mean, not that I would know anything about that. I'm just.
Are you saying that there's a traitor in the midst of the Freedom League Dark, Dave?
No, maybe more to the side. But anyway,
That feels newsworthy.
Well, these superhero teams, there's all sorts of trauma surrounding them.
Yeah. Besides, we're here to talk about you today.
Yes.
So I just one final question and given the situation in Southside, you're saying that the police and the superheroes are not able to keep people safe, and I mean, I don't know, maybe Project Custodian has to be further along, but basically, how can you assure us the community is going to feel safe if even the pillars of the community seem to be at great risk?
That is an excellent question. At the end of the day, the community will have to come together in certain ways. And that's part of what we're trying to bring to people, more of this sense of we're all part of one organism here in this city. We have to be able to rely on each other even when we don't have some other help to rely on, or maybe doesn't show up quickly enough. So, pillars of the community or anybody else, we just want to, make them feel safe. And that is going to include being able to rely on your neighbor and, trust that they're not some sort of secret supervillain or something.
It's a highly specific example, Fletch.
Well, these things happen.
Well, and it's important that we're able to rely on more than just 10 people in tights to keep the city safe, because that's not sustainable. Especially with everything that they have done, and they have attracted, and they have permitted in their time here in the city. Especially the old guard. I mean, they act without impunity. Nobody ever questions what they do or what happens to the people they leave behind. So it's up to us to build a better community that doesn't need them anymore.
Well, some would say that's a tad ungrateful. I mean, I don't know that the Freedom League has been known to be operating in secret. In fact, I don't think it's a secret. They're rather busy right now helping interstellar refugees.
Yeah, Daedalus is somewhere helping blue people and green people.
Oh no.
Okay.
People who aren't even from here. People who aren't his people.
That sounds a tad xenophobic, Miss Coral.
I think what Sophie is trying to say is that we need people who are, here in these neighborhoods that can help out where they can.
Well, partly that, but we also need to spend our resources intelligently. I mean, this isn't any different than the government building bridges in Afghanistan and letting the infrastructure here fall apart. Daedalus is somewhere in space right now trying to pick up, I don't even know, some kind of political refugee exile crisis because of an intergalactic war we're not a part of yet. I'm just saying, if the grass isn't green at your house, you need to work on the grass there instead of the grass everywhere else.
But that is what we are here for. Daedalus has the ability to help other people elsewhere, so he is welcome to do that so long as he likes. But we can help people in the city, so that's what we're focused on.
Medea's like, yeah, fuck Daedalus.
All right. Well, do either of you have any further comments? Do we have any? I don't know. Is there like a hotline where like people from the audience can put questions in, or?
There is.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry I asked that question. I'm so sorry I just asked that question. Oh my God, what was I thinking?
Are any of the player characters on the hotline?
No.
No, but I'm about to drive up.
No, but I am texting Resident. We need to depower her forever permanently.
Yeah. Do any questions come in over the hotline?
Looks like the audience is quiet today. So on behalf of New Horizon Media, I want to thank you both for coming down today and giving us a piece of your time and sharing your story with us.
Yeah,
That's it for Pulse of Freedom. See you next time.
Cody's like, wow, that was awkward.
Shut up. Well, I'm, hopefully, this helps your project move forward. It sounds like you're going to do some good down there in Southside. So,
yeah, I think this went pretty well.
thanks for coming on the show, and we can be of any further help with anything. Give us a call.
Well, hey, at least now I know that New Horizon Media is all right.
It's very kind coming from the competition, sir.
Well, I like to think of us as rivals.
That's what
Yeah.
competition means.
Yeah.
I know.
There's a big difference, Sophie.
That's what killing you means.
Oh no, maybe I'm playing the role too strong. Overplaying my part.
She says, yeah, this was fun. We should get together again sometime.
Yeah, I imagine we'll be seeing more of each other sometime soon.
Sooner than you think. Is there anything else you need from us?
No, thank you again both for coming. The PA will show you both out. Again, can't thank you enough for having a spot on the show. It's good to hear your voices.
You too.
Is it though?
John, stop it.
Well, you know how to reach us. Sophie, we should probably get going. We do have other things to take care of.
Yes, we have a couple of meetings downtown elsewhere. Or at least I do. You don't have to attend if you're not interested, Fudge.
I'm definitely interested. Got to see how my money's being spent, right?
Something like that.
So after they leave out, Cody, I need water. 2 waters. A 6-pack of waters. Bring me a gallon jug of water. I'm dehydrated. Oh, this was awkward.
Oh, man.
Oh, almost cracked up on live television. This is not good. Whew.
Awesome. So you both leave. You and
To
Sophie
the
leave.
elevator.
Back in the elevator.
And again, assuming we're alone. Well, other than that little rant you went on, you almost sounded like you cared about the project. That's good. You keep that up.
I do care about the project.
Again, keep that up.
I care about the whole world, Fletch.
I'm sure you do. Is that what you need to tell yourself? Does that make it easier to live with what you did?
Live with what I did. What would you do if somebody took away everything that made you who you were and then tried to throw you away? And you fought and you clawed your way back from oblivion.
I know what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't take it out on everyone else.
I'm not taking it on everybody else. I took it out on Adrian.
Who we needed to help save this reality from several things that are going on that are apparently outside the scope of your mind. You were so focused on this one singular thing that you've now put all of our reality at risk. Everything that has ever existed on this entire planet is in danger because of you.
Really, you're gonna tell me about being too driven, too single-minded? Justice pants?
At least I'm honest.
You're a
The
hypocrite.
guy with good identity sense.
If that had happened to you, you wouldn't have stopped until they were dead.
If that had happened to me, I wouldn't have had to stab anyone else in the back to deal with it.
If it had happened to Seven, you would have killed Adrian.
He doesn't have a response to that.
I figured. At least I know where I stand now. And she will disappear from the elevator.
There's a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Bowman acts surprised. Wow.
He's too broody.
Go!
No, it'll take him like a second or two to just like put on the Fletch Beaumont expression as he leaves the elevator. But it'll drop once he gets into the car.
I'll stop you right there, because when the elevator door opens, you are not met by who you thought you were going to meet.
Oh,
you
Lord.
see a group of 6 individuals in scarlet robes.
Good morning. Can I do something for you? I think the reception desk is over that way.
No, we require nothing from you. Have a good day, fellow human.
Okay. Other human, he
Yes.
said, perception checkingly.
Hello, citizen. What are you doing here?
What's the dealio?
You can roll a perception check if you want.
Says insightfully.
Do you even need to?
I want to make sure. I'll spend a point on that. That is a 27.
27. These guys are definitely snake people. As you're looking, the masks that they're wearing underneath their robes aren't doing a very good job of disguising it. You can see sort of reptilian spines holding up part of the hood and some of this green and orange and yellow skin along the roofs of their heads.
And Sophie has just disappeared. Well, I will just give them a nod and a smirk and head back to the car and pull out a comm device from inside my jacket and say, we have a situation.
What you mean besides that horrible interview we just had to watch?
Yeah, that was really bad, man.
You killed half a bottle here, dude. The
Thank you
shots
for
were
the
just-
reviews.
Tell them I thought it was great.
I'll be sure to read and respond to all your comments later. But
I
we
have
have a
not seen a
situation.
show that embarrassing since the amphitheater. I needed that.
Oh no!
Is the situation that we're finally beating the shit out of Sophie?
Someone might beat us to it. Some snake people just arrived at New Horizon.
Or after Sophie, wouldn't they have taken her? Or at least attempted to take her? Wasn't she with you?
Yeah, she up and disappeared. Literally.
How
Well,
dare you use that icon, Alex?
I did that on purpose.
I know.
I guess a few of the useless people in spandex will be on their way to help you.
I appreciate that. Bring your spandex.
It's not even spandex, man.
Come on, it's combat boots and skin type like leather. I mean,
Man, mine's spandex.
You got armor. There's metal in there.
Armor over the spandex.
That keeps it from chafing.
Yeah.
I gotta ask if Dave has his Freedom League comm on him.
Yeah, it's probably
Okay.
set the buzz rather than crap.
Okay, I was just worried.
Oh, Dave, you go to check it and you hear from in the lobby just outside of where you're drinking your 6-pack of water. You hear a bunch of people scream and a bunch of snake-like voices say, "Bring us the Master Mage!" And that's
All
where
right.
we will end this week's episode.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
Oh my god.
Brutal. Brutal.
I was like, I got this. Sophie's being threatened by the entire Freedom League and the bad guys. I totally have the upper hand here.
For reals.
And then she was like, oh, remember your one emotional weakness? Here it is. Stab, stab, stab.
I thought she was gonna try to turn like everybody against us. So she sort of tried to, but it went a lot better than I thought it was going to. What a bad haul.
Bowman, the GM, sends his regards. Why did I give him that knife?
I can't believe it.
so many knives.
Awesome. Well, everybody, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. It was a bit of a heavy episode there, but I'm excited to be back in the heavy stuff and out of the idiot box. As fun as the idiot box was. Yeah, join us next week when our heroes had to deal with a bunch of serpent people trying to kill the Master Mage at New Horizon Media.
I think we should let him kill her.
I mean, the Master Mage at New Horizon Media is Dave.
Oh no!
My statement.
Wait a minute.
Centurion's like, oh yeah, we should let her kill him.
I know, I'm like, same statement. It still applies to this.
Ooh, ouch.
I'm mad at him.
All of him. From all
All of them.
dimensions.
Everyone.
Every Dave. What about me?
Every day.
Even Davey. I'm mad at Davey too.
Davey too.
He went back to being a doll. That shit pissed
No
me.
one is safe.
Yeah, as far as the other announcements go, we do have Tales of the Finest coming back this Tuesday. Our Blue Rose Adventures Guide, 5th edition D&D game that Jonesy is the GM for. It's wonderful. Thursday we have another blog post coming out. And all this week on YouTube we will be having episodes from our Suicide Squad one-shot launching on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think. I split it up into 4 episodes instead of 2. Because it was 4 hours long. So I figured it'd be nice if we made them shorter for everybody who wants to keep up with us. And then we'll be here, same bat time, same bat channel next week. I want to give everybody a chance to say goodbye and plug anything they want to plug, and then we'll get on out of here, starting with Kevin.
Goodbye. Okay, no karaoke. Yeah, this was me being overdrive and pissing off the world again. I don't know what is going on. Sheesh. I will be back next Monday. In the meantime, you should check out some of these other shows. And, tell your friends. Get on the Twitch. Follow. Obey. I'll
Obey.
pass it over to
Oh.
Jonesy before I totally derail.
Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. I am Jonesy. I will be back here tomorrow night with a brand new episode of Tales of the Finest, our Blue Rose 5e game, using the Blue Rose setting from Green Ronin Publishing. Speaking of Green Ronin, today, if you play Mutants Masterminds, the new official M&M sheet is now available on Roll20. Please, by all means, check it out if you like Mutants Masterminds and see how it works on Roll20. And if you have any feedback about the sheet, likes, hates, or bugs, you can always send them to letsplay@greenronin.com. Other than that, I'll turn it over to Kat.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I don't really have anything to plug. Just definitely join us next Monday again for Netherwar. Also, go watch Calvin play Skyrim, because I only watched about 20 minutes of it and it was funny as fuck. Other than that, I'll pass it to Eddie.
Yep. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us tonight, or if you're watching this on YouTube playback, we appreciate that view as well. We will be back next Monday for more superhero shenanigans with our Netherwar series. And next week, officially, we get to not only the end of September, which seems ridiculous because this year could not have gone by that fast.
Right.
Oh yes, it could go faster. Get out.
But we also have Origins for the first time in over a year because it's the end of the month and that's when they decided to throw it in. So Alex, Aaron, and I will be there at the convention running games, playing games, having fun. If you're in the Columbus, Ohio area and you want to join us, come on down. Pass it over, Calvin.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still recovering from that interview. But yeah, I have a fun time every time I'm here. So yeah, looking forward to hopefully being able to be here next week. And of course, I'm over on as far as what else I do, I'm over on the Women's channel on the YouTubes, where we have weekly GM podcasts on Wednesdays and gaming streams on Friday, where I'll be playing some more Skyrim, which is apparently funny. So
It is.
if you want to see me get like super easily distracted by any like big rock or whatever.
I watched and like a character was glitching or something, and you were just like staring at it, like, okay.
Yeah. That happens fairly often. So. Yeah, go check that out. It'll pass it back up to Alex.
Awesome. Yeah, just a reminder, we do also have our new Green Ronin Ambassador code, so if you are interested in picking up Mutants Masterminds for yourself, we do give you a 5% discount, and we get a 12% kickback whenever you purchase anything from Green Ronin using the code USPGR. All capital letters, all one word. So yeah, go ahead and pick up Mutants and Masterminds and bring more Mutants and Masterminds into the world, because it is the best RPG I know.
The greatest superhero RPG.
It's true.
Ah.
Otherwise, everybody, please make good choices. And we will see you here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Bye.
Bye.